running's cool, but skin cancer isn't. So enjoy the show. You can see the full content if you subscribe.
Can we get your back?
Oh yeah, huh? The back's pretty important. Woo, that's cold. I figure I'd take you guys along for today's hybrid training vlog. Welcome to the Everyday Hybrid. In this series, I hope to capture what it's like to train hybrid style and live an everyday life. I work out to live, I don't live to work out. I hope that sharing my perspective and how I share my routine, my schedule, could help you guys find what works for you as well.
What are you, punk?
I feel like for easy runs and long runs, the warm-up doesn't have to be as meticulous. Like, really, the first mile in itself is the warm-up because you're not going too intense out the gate. But if you have sore legs or you're feeling stiff, you definitely want to make sure that you got full range of motion. So just doing more dynamic, nice and easy, some knee hugs, some server's bows. Again, just making sure that you can have full range of motion and not feel so stiff. I guess that's the point of every warm-up, but for a long run, again, I feel like you don't have to be as meticulous with like the A steps and all that, unless you like doing that. Let's do this. Man, we are so spoiled here in Southern California. The last couple of days have been rainy, gray, cold, windy, and it's probably the first day where like there's not a cloud in sight. It's warm in the sun, but when you get in the shade, it's chilly, and I'm all here for it. So today we got an easy 6 miles, and it's just one of those days. I got to sleep in. I woke up at 7:30, and that feels amazing when you're used to waking up at 3:30 in the morning. And yeah, just a relaxed morning here. Woke up, drank my morning coffee, got my morning poops, and here we are running. It's 10 o'clock right now. So pretty late start, but I wanted to postpone it until that gray cleared out because, yeah, you just can't beat this sunshine. Moments like this make me feel like my life's a movie. Oh. It's a good day. It's gonna be a good day for sure. Even if it's not a good day, getting your run in, getting your workout in, it'll make it a good day. And if not, at least you got your workout in. I'm gonna take the scenic route today. Some of y'all is gonna give you anxiety. I got my white road shoes on a dirt trail. It's wild out here. So straight up, I'm not even gonna pretend to not be out of breath, even at an easy pace, because fact of the matter is, holding up a camera while talking, while running, isn't as easy as it looks, no matter how fit you are. So, that being said, 3 ways to live the everyday hybrid lifestyle. Everyday hybrid. It's in the gym, it's out of the gym. It's in fitness and in life. Being a hybrid athlete, being an everyday hybrid athlete, means you're taking care of yourself in and out of fitness. It's being an athlete of life, being ready for anything that you want to partake in personally, whether that's running marathons, triathlons, I don't know, jiu-jitsu, surfing, yoga, whatever. Being an everyday hybrid looks at what you're doing when you're not on prep for a race or an event or anything like that. It's about sustainability, enjoyment, you know, the corny stuff in fitness that everybody overlooks. Having multiple disciplines or activities, if you prefer, and balancing that out with an everyday work schedule or everyday life schedule. You know, in today's day and age with social media, we see all the extremes of everything. Everyone on prep for these different races, and especially in the fitness space, you know, you kind of forget that some of these people do this for a living. And so, not to take away from their hard work, but they are able to commit these crazy routines and schedules and sacrifices because of that. But what about for the everyday person? This is my way of helping you guys find that balance. So hopefully you can find what works for you, and you can train hybrid too. So first piece of advice I'd have for wanting to train as an everyday hybrid is ironing out your schedule. So this is a very important part because there's so many unique factors that go into something that is called your life. In other words, my daily routine, my daily schedule, the things that are important to me through the course of my day, I call them my non-negotiables, might look completely different from yours. And yours might look different from your friends. So it's important to iron those out and understand where your non-negotiables are. That way you could be realistic and understand, okay, maybe I can commit to 2-a-days for training, or no, I got to keep it separate. I only have 4 days a week to work out, or I only have 3 days a week to run. So that'll be my first bit of advice. Iron out your schedule, find your non-negotiables, be realistic. That way you can set a routine and stick to it. Speed limit 50. Bet. Holy fuck. We are absolutely glistening. I know I said 6 miles earlier, but it felt good. And I was over 6 already, so I just rounded up to 7. And yeah, the run felt great. Definitely got to get used to running in the peak sun again. You should not run in the peak sun apparently, but I sunblock up and I can't resist the sunlight. That being said, do as I say, not as I do. If you're gonna run in the sun, make sure you're hydrated and put on sunscreen, so that you don't get skin cancer, that jazz. I run in the sun too because I'm inside a lot through the course of the day as of late. So this is also my way of getting my vitamin D. So yeah, this run was wild because I feel like every year the lizards and the grasshoppers get bigger and bigger. And while I'm running, you know, I see multiples. The lizards scare me because I'm not scared of lizards, but you know, at a quick glance, you just see the head and you think that it's a snake. And then the grasshoppers are just fucking creepy. I don't know, I don't like their like spiky legs, but yeah, every year I feel like they're getting bigger. Is nature healing? Gotta stay hydrated. Got to stay hydrated. Now, the second thing to being an everyday hybrid athlete, and this applies to any athlete really, is being intuitive with your body. You gotta be in tune with how you feel physically, mentally, all that stuff. I think this is often overlooked when it comes to everybody just because, you know, we think everything's go, go, go. But just like it's important knowing when to push your limits and step on the gas, you also know when to back off and when you're feeling fatigued. And I find that fatigue, it's hard to scale, especially if you're newer, whether it's newer to lifting or newer to running, because you don't really know what your true tired is. You don't have anything to scale it off yet. But fatigue isn't, I don't feel like training today, I don't feel like working out today. Fatigue is, I'm going to the gym, all the weights feel heavier than usual, or I'm going for an easy run and this run still feels hard even though I'm running it easy. It feels like your body's working harder than it's used to for something that's supposed to be easy or acclimated to. Being able to moderate that, being able to understand what true fatigue feels like. Chances are, for me, I could tell when my body is fatigued because, like I said, weights usually feel heavier than usual, or I find I'm not hitting the same weight for the same reps, or I go out for a run and that good feeling just never comes, especially for like my easy runs. Like if it just feels like a super high effort. Fatigue can come in the form of grip strength. That's another good one. Like your grip strength's just not there. That's usually a good sign that your CNS is fried too. It's being able to address that, knowing when it's a good time to push your limits and when it's time to back off. Being on a program helps with that too. Being on a program with like periodization, all that. That aside, on the note of pushing limits, it's also being able to go to the gym and find something else to work on. So go to the gym and I know I'm fatigued, I'll find something else to work on, whether that be my core strength, whether that be my mobility work, my foam rolling, my dynamic stretches. Maybe I'll go sit in the sauna and just sweat it out. But again, being able to scale back on one thing and then bring your focus to another. That's a very important mindset to have as an everyday hybrid. And maybe the thing that you're trying to improve isn't even in the gym. Maybe it's mental, maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's spending time with the family, getting outside of the gym. Maybe it's picking up a hobby that you've always told yourself that you want to get into. So there's that to think about. We got to jump in quality now.
The third thing that helps with being a hybrid athlete is to eat, eat, eat. When you're training multiple modalities, when you're training multiple disciplines, you got to make sure that you're on top of your nutrition, on top of your eating, because otherwise you're not going to have the fuel to perform the way that you want to. That's in the gym, that's in running, swimming, cycling, whatever your disciplines are. And eating is especially important if you have a hard time keeping on weight like myself. Growing up, I was just never an eater. I didn't have a very big appetite. And even then, when I did eat, it wasn't always the best for me. And that's why I grew up on that like skinny fat side of things. And then jumping forward to now, it's like I really do eat to sustain my lifestyle. I call it feel good foods. And it's like whatever I put into my body, I understand that there is an output to be received. So if I'm, putting good stuff into my tank, I understand that I'm going to feel good with that. But if I also indulge here and there, I understand that I might not feel the best, but life is short. You should also enjoy some things in life too, like ice cream or chips or whatever. Your nutrition definitely doesn't have to be as regimented as a bodybuilder or a top tier athlete. It all depends on how serious you want to take it. You got to understand if you want specific results, you're going to have to aim for specific numbers. But, for an everyday hybrid, I feel like oftentimes tracking macros can be kind of overrated, and you should definitely focus on quality of your nutrition before even worrying about quantity. Like a lot of the times people find that they overeat mainly because, again, they're throwing junk into their tank. But once you start focusing on whole, real, nutrient-dense foods, that it kind of starts to iron itself out. Again, that's part of the equation. And then once you got that quality under control, then you can focus on quantity and start looking into things like tracking macros. Long story short, you should still be prioritizing protein to preserve and build on top of your lean muscle mass, your muscle. I think of carbs as gasoline to the sports car that is your body. You need carbohydrates to fuel your running, your intense weight sessions. I kind of go into it like an intuitive carb cycling phase, and really it just means that on my rest days where I'm not training or if I'm not running, those are the days that I'll typically lower down my carbs out of intuition and then increase my fibrous veggies or my fats from fattier animal sources. That's very specific to me. I find that's how I feel best. And your nutrition, your fitness, again, like I said at the very beginning of the video, just like your training schedule, it's unique to you and you need to find what feels good for your body. That's what the beauty in this process is. You can find trends and patterns that other people use and see if it will work for you, and that's really what it comes down to. Now, if you can center yourself around those values of tracking protein, having carbohydrates as gasoline to your sports car, and then cycling your carbs as needed, I feel like you'll be golden. And then tracking macros is kind of just extra depending on, again, specific goals, specific numbers if you want to be like super lean. But on that note of eating and nutrition, part of that is supplementation. I got a package here from BPN. If you don't know them, Bare Performance Nutrition. I feel like if you're watching a hybrid video, you probably know BPN. Like, can you even call yourself a hybrid athlete if you don't use BPN? That was a joke, by the way. You can very well call yourself any athlete without using supplements. Supplementation does come into play for me, but it's kind of like the last piece of the puzzle. Like, if you guys know that like nutrition pyramid, supplements are like the top of that pyramid. They're like the smallest part. And that's because, again, I believe a lot of your nutrition should come from real food. But that being said, supplements come into play when you start looking at things like performance and convenience. And I figured, why not share with you guys what I ordered from BPN. Here we go. The magic. A little unboxing never hurts anybody. Boom. Oh, look at that. So let me get the apparel out the way. Again, this is not sponsored. Maybe one day. First off, I got a running cap because you can never have enough of these as a runner. It's got a BPN hat to represent. You got Bare Performance Nutrition logo on the front, and on the back side, I really like this detail. That's just their motto here from Nick Bare himself. Just says, go one more. And yeah, go one more rep, go one more mile, go one more day. Very versatile. And then I did get a t-shirt as well. I really liked the design of this shirt. That's why I picked it up. Here it is. It's like in a cream color on the left chest. You can see there. It says finish the race. But what I really liked was the backside. Now it's definitely outside of my comfort zone regarding like the style, like with the eagle on there or hawk. I don't know what that is, but it says consistently good, occasionally great. I don't think there's a better tagline for the everyday hybrid than that. I'm in this for longevity, sustainability, and I think that being able to stick to something for a very long time is the true testament of endurance. You know, endurance literally means going through pain, going through discomfort, and not stopping. Really like this shirt, and I love that vibe. It was gonna be like one of my running tees. I end up shirtless half the time anyways. So supplements, let's get into it. So I didn't order it in this, but I am subscribed for their whey protein powder. I do 3 tubs every couple of months on automatic subscription. I think whey protein is just one of those staple foundation supplements to have, because again, myself, I personally have a hard time eating enough through the course of the day, and then being able to just hit my protein mark with a protein shake or something like that, mix it in with oats, make pancakes. It's just a very versatile product to have. That's the thing with supplements. Like, I typically get what's on sale or what's cheap at Costco. For the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna start ordering everything from them since I'm already getting my protein from them. Here's another 2 items that I have on subscription. The first one being, focus, there we go. The first one being a strong multivitamin. I normally get the 1 a day from Costco, but again, I heard good things about that one regarding the quality of it, so I'm excited. And then I got an omega supplement as well. So I'm excited for this one too. These ones are pretty much part of my essential stack. I want to make sure that I'm covering my bases when it comes to my macros. Macros are just as important as your macros, in case you're not thinking about that, right? Your vitamins, your minerals. Yeah, I got those 2 on subscription. The next thing is another essential for me, creatine monohydrate. This one I feel like everyone should take. It's going to help out with your performance, give you maybe a couple extra reps in the tank. Most studied supplement and very good to add. I just throw that in with my pre-workout or my protein depending on the day. And then this last one I'm super excited for. I've taken a similar supplement to this from another company, but this is their version of it. Go One More Sport. It has cluster dextrin in it, which is supposed to be very easy on the stomach. It's just a fast shotgun of carbohydrates to the muscle glycogen so that you have energy to expend during your workouts. This one's definitely not essential if you're not doing 2-a-days or if you're not in need of extra carbs. You can definitely just get their electrolyte supplement. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this one makes me feel prior to my long runs on Sundays. Other than my long runs, I would probably take this one if I was gonna hit the weights right after a run or vice versa. Run right after the weights. But yeah, that's pretty much the stack. We got the omegas, we got the multi, Go One More Sport, and then the creatine, and then we got the apparel. Gonna sweat the hell out of that hat, and then just that shirt design I like so much. So that's gonna about do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment down below what you want to see next, and I hope to share more of my marathon journey with you guys, as well as what it's like to be an everyday hybrid athlete. I can't say how much I appreciate your guys' support, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.